Desde que te vi, yo me enloquecí. Buscaba aún así y por fin te conseguí. Desde que te vi, yo me enloquecí. Buscaba aún así y por fin te conseguí. Y ahora me...
Ryan rushed towards the stairs as she was late for class, but suddenly someone shouted her name, causing her to stop in her tracks. Ryan, can you please give this to Jungkook? I'm getting late for my class. Can you please? He said, giving the knee brace to her. When she reached the floor, she saw Jungkook taking books from his locker. She hesitantly walked towards him and called his name. Jungkook. He heard a familiar voice and turned to look at her, but the moment he faced her, no words came out of her mouth. Yes, Ryan. Jungkook was quite surprised because Ryan never talked to him. Not only to him, but she barely talks to anyone in the class. Min asked me to hand over this to you, she said, extending the knee brace to him. His eyes landed on her hand and he noticed that her small hands were already shaking. Oh yes, thank you, Ryan. As he said, he took the knee brace from her hands and walked into the class. Please don't, Ryan. You have to control yourself. You know what kind of guy he is. He's not into soft girls. His taste is different. And you need to stop this before it gets too extreme. Yes, Ryan has a crush on Jungkook. Jungkook is Ryan's classmate. He is a popular boy in this college. He is not only known for his looks, but he is also a multi-talented person. He not only tops in academics, but also in sports, cultural events, and everything. That is how he became the popular boy of the college. All the girls in the college are head over heels for him, and that is how Ryan fell in love with him too. But he is a playboy. He flirts with girls, parties all night. He does everything, and Ryan knows what kind of guy he is, yet her heart beats for him. Ignoring them, she went straight to her desk, took her seat and started doing her work. Time passed, but the students did not settle in their seats. They kept making noise and the professor never came to the class. Everyone enjoyed it except Maya. She was bored that no one was talking to her and her bestie spending time with her crush. A few minutes later, without her knowing, she fell asleep with her head resting on the table. Hey, are you going to sleep all day? Won't you come to the ground? Oh god, I totally forgot about it. Thanks for waking me up. Come, let's go. The race is going to start in 15 minutes, she said as she ran out of the classroom. She arrived at the playground and took her seat. She desperately waited to see Jungkook in his sports suits because he would be wearing a sleeveless jersey that would show off his muscular arms and tattoos. He would look so handsome in it. While she was in her dream world, the athletes came onto the field one by one and stood in their tracks. Ryan's eyes wandered over to see her crush, but he was nowhere to be found. She got up from her seat worried. Is he not going to join the race today? She immediately ran towards the sports room, unaware that another heartbreak awaits her there. As she entered the sports room, she heard the laughter of Jungkook and Sana, which broke her heart. She quickly stepped back and stood behind the wall, hiding from them. Tears rolled down her cheeks. She did not like seeing him with anyone. It seemed impossible to her, but something inside her told her she had a chance. She could make him love her, but how would that happen if she never spoke to him? Do you think I can't win the race? He asked, raising his eyebrows with a sarcastic look on his face. Yes, of course, because today Kevin is going to join the race. He is a state level athlete, so obviously you can't beat him. He laughed at her silly thoughts. Oh, is it? So let's see, what if I win the race? What will you do? Haha, you won't, I'm damn sure about it. This time he got really angry with her that he leaned closer to her, causing her to bend over the table. You will see. He slammed the table really hard, his eyes burning with anger. He hated how she supported Kevin but not him. He gave her a death glare before leaving the room. Ryan, on the other hand, tried to run away before he could get out, but he was too fast. Before she could even take a step, he bumped into her and slammed her into the wall. What are you doing here? He asked sternly. I came to call Sana. Her body started trembling. She has never seen him so close. Come with me. He grabbed her wrist and took her to the ground with him. Her heart sped up and she did not even try to free her hands from his grip as she walked with him. He took her to the ground as everyone started wishing him good luck and some whispered how he looked in his sports outfit. He made her sit on the chair and he sat next to her. Vine panicked and moved away from him a bit, but he moved closer to her again. She did not try to move again after that. She sat nervously facing the ground. After a few seconds, he looked at her and asked, "Who do you think will win the race? Who do you support?" "I support everyone." She said this by accident and instantly regretted it when the reaction changed on his face. "I mean, I support everyone, but I will be very happy if you win the race." "Seriously?" he asked sarcastically. "Yes, trust me, Jungkook." He smiled softly and stroked her silky hair. "Then I'm ready to make you happy." Saying this, he winked at her. It sent shivers down her spine and she whispered him good luck with her trembling lips before he jumped to the ground. After some time, everyone stood in their tracks and the race began. Everyone was doing well, but Jungkook seemed to be too slow. Payan got tensed and stood up from her seat. She kept cheering for Jungkook, but he wasn't speeding up at all. Everyone started whispering that Kevin is going to win the race because Jungkook is far away from Kevin and he is running very slowly. As Jungkook passed by Ryan, he noticed her nervous figure. He gave her a quick wink and a grin. Then that was it. Like a bolt of lightning, he dashed ahead during his third lap and crossed the finish line in first place. No one had expected this clever move from him. Ryan, on the other hand, was so happy she started jumping up and clapping for him. But when she was about to go to him, Jungkook found Sana in the crowd and walked towards her. He looked at Ryan on the way, but when he saw her, she hid herself from him into the crowd. Seeing that, he went into the crowd and grabbed her wrist and pulled her out of the crowd, causing her heart to freak out at his sudden actions. Meanwhile, all his fangirls in the crowd started shouting, "Oh my god, Jungkook is here. You did amazing, Jungkook." And he then took Ryan to an empty space to talk to her. "Where are you looking to escape, He leaned close to her ears and whispered, sending chills down her spine. "Let me go, I have to go now." As she said that, she tried to walk away, but he blocked her way. "You said you would be happy if I won. Now I have won. You won't congratulate me?" "Congratulations." She flashed him a warm smile. Even if she likes him, she can't do anything to make him love her because she's not his type. So she can't get angry with him. She should stop this. To avoid these strange feelings, she has to let go of her feelings for him. "Thanks, dollface." Saying that, he stroked her silky hair, making her heart melt with his soft touch. She was shy, but she managed to talk to him. "Well, if you are done, I will leave." Why are you like this, Vayan? Why do you want to escape? Am I making you nervous? And the way she panicked on hearing this gave him great satisfaction. No, I'm not nervous. I'm late for my bus. I have only 5 minutes, otherwise, I will miss my bus. And if I miss this bus, I will have to wait for another hour for another bus. Oh, don't worry, Dollface. I'll drop you off at your house. Come on, let's go. Her eyes widened in shock. She did not expect him to say this at all. No, did I say 5 minutes? Oh, I'm sorry. I still have 15 minutes. I did not check the time correctly. He laughed at how nervous she was. That's okay. I'll drop you today, so you can go home earlier. He did not even give her a chance to speak. He just grabbed her wrist and pulled her with him. But Vayan was too scared to ride with him because she knew how reckless he would drive. Jungkook, I'm scared of bike riding. Don't worry, I will take the bus. You can go and enjoy with your friends. They must be waiting for you. This is your smoke time, isn't it? He was very surprised to hear what she said. He never thought she would be observing him this much. Meanwhile, Vayan regretted what she said. Now he might doubt her. He cleared his throat teasingly. Looks like someone is stalking me. I will have to be careful from now on. Biting her tongue in embarrassment, she tried to say something but Jungkook immediately changed the topic as he sensed she was uncomfortable. Okay then, if you are scared of bike riding, then I will drop you off in the car, no worries. Jungkook really wants to take her on bike ride but she won't agree, so he has another way to get her to agree to the bike ride. Get in. He opened the door for her. She doesn't know why he is acting like this today. He usually likes to have fun with girls but apparently she is not his type. But what happened to him today? She found his behavior strange. She has no choice but to follow his words because he won't leave her if she says no to him. She got inside hesitantly, after which he closed the door and he too took his seat. He could feel her heartbeat. He could feel how nervous she was. She did not even look at him. She just sat facing the window. But one thing is for sure, he's definitely enjoying his time with her a lot because all the girls he spent with were very bold and naughty, but she is very different from others and he likes to make her nervous because she is so cute when she is nervous. It makes him feel something inside. Wear the seatbelt, Dollface. Yes. She tried to put it on, but her trembling hands would not let her. He watched her for some time, but she couldn't do it, so he leaned close to her and took the belt from her hands and helped her to put it on. Even after finishing it, he did not move away from her. He sniffed her and said, "You smell amazing, Dollface." Vine's eyes widened. Her cheeks turned red. Her heartbeat sped up. Their closeness took her breath away. You know what? We can do whatever we want in this car. No one knows what we are doing inside. No one can see what is going on inside from this glass. Even if they see, they will only see pitch black darkness. It is also soundproof. It is a nice feature, isn't it? He looked at her while controlling his laugh. She was so innocent, she believed whatever he said. She blinked her big round eyes and looked at him frightened. But to be honest, she looked so adorable. She's making things difficult for him. To have little more fun with her, he slowly leaned forward towards her. Please let me go, Jungkook. I'll go by myself. Well, he expected this. It was because of his stupid move. There is nothing to blame her. I'm sorry, Vayan. Just bear with me. I'll drop you off in 5 minutes. But she was so nervous and scared that she shook her head and tried to open the door, but it was locked. Please open the door, Jungkook. Jungkook did not want to force her because he could understand how she would feel after what he did. So he unlocked the door for her and she ran out without wasting any seconds. He slammed his hand on the steering wheel, feeling guilty about what he had done. How will she talk to him tomorrow? He felt mad at himself for his behavior towards her. He shouldn't have gotten close to her in the first place. Why is he doing this to me? What happened to him all of a sudden? Does he really like me? Or is he just playing with me? One part of her was scared and confused. She was afraid that he would break her, but the other part of her was curious if everything that he did to her today was truly from his heart. Hey Vayan. Hi Sana, I looked for you yesterday but you were nowhere to be found. That's why I left home. I'm sorry. Oh really? But I did not think you were looking for me. I saw you with Jungkook yesterday and you seemed to be having a lot of fun with him. She sounded angry. No, actually Please don't try to act innocent just to get attention of all the boys by acting innocent. She muttered to herself and shifted her place on the other side. Ryan felt hurt because from the beginning they were sitting together, but suddenly this rude behavior hurt her. After a while, the professor came and her class started, but she couldn't concentrate as her mind was disturbed by Sana. But then Jungkook entered the class, bringing her nervousness back. She decided not to lift her head until he settled into his place, but to her surprise, he came and sat next to her. Ryan gasped and moved her chair a bit away from him, but this time he casually grabbed her chair and pulled her close to him effortlessly, not caring about the professor or the students. Her heart pounded, goosebumps rose all over her body. She looked at her professor, who was already done with Jungkook's behavior. He simply ignored him and conducted his class because this usually happens in class, so he is already used to it. But the students' eyes were only fixed on Jungkook and Ryan. Everyone was shocked to see Jungkook with Ryan, especially Sana. She was seething with anger. Jungkook, what are you doing? We are in class, she whispered. Then we will go out. But then he pulled her out with him despite her struggles. Sit here, I'll be back. By the way, what do you want to eat? Never mind, you eat what I order. He then went to order something to eat. Why did he ask me what I wanted to eat if he was going to say this later? She looked at him and muttered to herself. As she was waiting for him, a girl came out of nowhere and sat beside her. You are Ryan, right? Yes. You are lucky, I must say. I don't know what you have in you, but you brought a side of him that nobody knew. We had never seen Jungkook like this before. Usually he's all about parties and girls, but with you he's all about you. Ryan's cheeks burned hearing all that. She started to feel very shy and happy. Okay, Jungkook is coming, I should leave now. Now, after hearing such things, she started to feel more nervous than before. He brought popcorn, chicken, fries, pizza and burgers. Yummy, right? Have it, he said, pulling her chair closer to him. Their hands brushed each other, which sent chills down her body. She felt so overwhelmed by all this that she did not even feel like eating anything. Don't take small bites, you have to take big bites. That is when you will feel its actual taste. Saying that, he grabbed the burger from her hands and shoved it into her mouth. Can't blame you, you have such a small mouth, he said, looking at the burger. Though she took a big bite, but the burger was still in the same size. Meanwhile, Ryan stuffed the burger on both of her cheeks and chewed hard, making her look like a baby. Eat slowly, dollface, no rush, he chuckled at her. She looked cute. In the evening, Ryan awkwardly walked towards Jungkook, who was ready on his bike, and he said he would drop her off at her house. She wanted to go with him too, but she was uncomfortable with everyone staring at them. No, I'm fine, let's go. Fine, I'm serious. Come close and sit comfortably, otherwise we are not leaving. She swallowed hard, her heartbeat quickening as she slowly moved closer to him, goosebumps rising all over her body as his manly scent hit her nostrils. Come on, hold me. She slowly raised her hand and grabbed his shirts from both her hands. Your hands won't burn if you touch me anyway. Are you ready? Shall we leave? Yes. Then that was it. As he set off on the bike, a wave of breathlessness washed over her. He rode recklessly, effortlessly overtaking the four-wheelers. The zigzag path he took sent her heart racing with each twist and turn. Jungkook, please slow down. But he did not slow down and continued to speed up regardless of her pleas. Jungkook, I'm scared. Please slow down. Why are you closing your eyes? It is fun. Enjoy the ride, Ryan. You can trust me. I won't risk your life. I know how to control the speed. Don't be afraid. I won't let anything happen to you. No, Jungkook, I'm scared. If you are going to ride like that again, then I'm not going with you. I'll go by myself. He sighed before grabbing her hands and wrapping them tightly around his waist. Just make sure you don't take your hands off here again, okay? I will take care of the rest. But Jungkook, just trust me once, can you? She nodded. Good girl, just hold me tight and enjoy the ride. As she decided to trust in him, she was no longer afraid. Instead of shutting her eyes tight, she boldly opened them, eager to enjoy the beautiful journey. Her screams of anxiety were replaced by a joyful appreciation of the ride. This feeling filled her heart with affection and happiness. She gently rested her head on his shoulder and tightened her grip on his waist. Taking a deep breath before speaking, I feel so good with you. Hearing that, he abruptly stopped his bike, thinking he might have misheard it. What did you say? I said I feel good with you. I just realized how much I always wanted this, how much I wanted us. You know that, don't you? He never thought it would end like this. It was completely unexpected for him. He did not know what to say. Oh, I just remembered that I have something important to do. Let's do something. I'll book a cab for you. Can you please wait and take the cab? But Jung, Ryan, please understand. It's something really important. I have to go. Did she say something wrong? A moment ago, he was fine. Why did his behavior change suddenly? Ryan had many questions, but if he wanted to leave, she thought she had no right to stop him. Okay, but she could feel her heart already aching. Was he making an excuse to escape? The cab will be here in minutes. Go safely. Bye. With that, he left, leaving her alone with her overwhelming thoughts. Ryan swung open the washroom door, locked it closed, and fell on her knees, her sobs echoing in the space. Maybe she could be stupid, but she definitely wasn't stupid enough to not realize he made an excuse to escape her confession. Because if that wasn't the case, why he did not say anything on that? Was he playing with her? Why did he have to make her feel so secure, special, and loved only for him to break all her stupid dreams? She got up and looked at her reflection in the mirror. Her face red and tears were streaming down her watery eyes. But her heart was more messy than her face at that moment. She turned the tap on and threw a handful of water over her face. She had made a decision. She was going to confront him. Whatever it was, he would have to explain. If nothing, she at least deserved an explanation, didn't she? Ryan had been desperately waiting for Jungkook to show up in the class, as she thought he would come after lunch, but he never came. She was already quite restless with her emotions overflowing. She had to get it out of her, but she wasn't sure he even attended the college today because she hadn't seen him at all. Unable to control her anxiety, she got up from her seat and approached one of his friends. Hey, can you tell me where Jungkook is? Lifting his gaze off his phone, he looked at Ryan. He is in the locker room. Afterwards, she thanked him and without a second doubt, she headed for the locker room. Passing by the hallways, when she reached to the door, she was about to knock and tell him to come out and have a word with her, but she stopped on her movements and stood still on hearing her name. The door was slightly open and Ryan could see Jungkook sitting with his friends with a cigarette in his hand. She did not mean to overhear, but she realized she was a part of their conversation. She's so stupid. She thought you were interested in her when you were just doing that to make Sana jealous. Ryan's heart shattered into a million pieces when Jiwon said that. How could she be so stupid to not see that? He obviously was doing this so he could get back on Sana. As tears formed in Ryan's eyes, she put her hand on her mouth and ran away from there. Taking a drag of cigarette, Jungkook looked at Jiwon. Stop calling her stupid. He couldn't tolerate that. She's just a nice girl and Sana was never worth my attention, he said, leaving his friend surprised. Sana was like other girls for him, and it all started with fun, but he hadn't realized when Ryan began to mean so much for him. Why are you defending her? How the hell he spoke so low of her? Jungkook's jaw hardened and he stood up closer to Jiwon, making him to inch away in fear. Why should I not? Jiwon swallowed and lifted his hands in the air. Okay, calm down, he said, chuckling nervously. You have been angry since yesterday. What's wrong? You even drank so much last night, and right now too you are smoking a lot. He was overwhelmed and he only wanted to leave and go drink somewhere to ease his mind. Ryan was a nice girl, but he had been not. Why would she even trust him? He did not know how to come out of it. Perhaps talking to her and telling everything himself would be better. Although he did not have courage, he couldn't let her go. He had fallen for her. Determined, Jungkook got up from his seat and rushed towards the door. Where are you going? His friends asked him, but he never replied and went to the hallways. He was walking towards the class when he saw Ryan's friend approaching him. Where is Ryan? She asked him, and he frowned in confusion. How would I know? I'm looking for her too. But she went to meet you and I saw her outside Locker's room, but now she disappeared. Hell no, Jungkook thought as his eyes widened. Did she come to meet him? Then why didn't she call him? Perhaps she heard everything? No, this couldn't happen. He ran faster towards the class, but she wasn't there. He slammed his fist on the door before heading to the canteen, his eyes looking for that pretty face among everyone, but she wasn't there either. Then he went to the ground floor and checked everywhere she could possibly go, but she was nowhere. Breathing heavily, he sighed in relief, and as he walked closer, he realized she was crying. It was messed up. She definitely heard everything. He was going to tell her himself, but she must have been hating him now. He gently placed his palm on her shoulder and gently pressed his against hers, leaving no space between them. Ryan, he called softly. Why are you standing in the sunlight? He placed his palm on her head and it was so hot. How long are you standing here? Look how hot it is. As if you care. Go away, she said, pushing him away, but he did not even budge. He grabbed her small fists that were hitting him non-stop and moved her to a shady spot. Ryan, I understand your anger and I'm here to answer all your questions. But come with me, let's go home and have a talk. No, I already know your intentions and what kind of a person you are. Leave me. I don't want to talk to you. I hate you. But let me explain, please. Explain what? She cut him off, her voice rising as tears rolled down her cheeks. Didn't you start talking to me to make Sana jealous? He went silent, and in that moment, she scoffed at him, her heart aching terribly. See, what you even have to explain? That I did it to make her jealous, but I was drawn towards you anyway. I found you really adorable and I wanted to talk to you. And I swear, Sana left my mind in a day. She never meant anything to me. But you are very special to me, Ryan. I loved you from the very beginning. Your quiet personality, less interaction with people, you always focus on your own things. I liked you a lot, still I do, but now it is different. The reason I left you yesterday was because I was overwhelmed and afraid of the same, that if I let this go further and you get to know about my motive in the beginning for talking to you would hate me. I wanted to clear this misunderstanding with you first, and right now I was looking for you to do the same. But then I found out you overheard my conversation with my friends. As his words seeped through her, Ryan was reminded of the time they spent together, and she realized he had no reason to lie. If he wanted to, he could just reject her on her face. He wasn't afraid of anything. I fell for you, Ryan, and I'm not able to even rest properly since yesterday. I'm thinking about you all the time. I don't know when and how it happened, but I have fallen deeply for you. I can't let you go because of this misunderstanding. If you want, you can clear it with Sana. Her heart melted and goosebumps rose all over his skin when he said that. If you don't believe me, tell me what can I do to make you believe that I'm actually in love with you. She did not say anything. She silently thought about everything he said before speaking. I believe you. I don't have to ask others. But when you left me like that yesterday, I thought you were playing with my feelings. And now, when I heard your friend's conversation, it just made my doubts clear that you were really playing with my feelings. Hearing that, a beautiful smile spread across her lips as she looked down shyly, not daring to meet his eyes. I have always liked you. He let out a chuckle before lifting her face by her chin and made her look into his eyes. I know. With that, he leaned in close and pressed his to hers, melting her with his soft. She shoved against his chest to make a distance between their faces. Stay back. You reek of cigarette smoke with every breath you take. Her cheeks swayed. She was blushing hard. Oh really? Do I? Then you should smell me more.